Welcome to the clinical simulation and skills lab of Dr. D.Y. Patil Medical College and Hospital, Pimpri. I am Dr. S.K. Malani, head of the Department of Cardiology, and today I am going to teach you some basics of the cardiac anatomy, particular focus on its applied clinical sciences. So let me start. I have my eminent faculty, Dr. Sridevi, and all my DM cardiology residents here who will be taking keen part in this interactive session. So let me start with the model of the heart. This is a beautiful model of the heart, as you all can see, right? So what we have, as we know from our basic sciences, that there are 4 chambers of the heart, 2 great vessels. The 4 chambers, that is 2 atria, 2 ventricles, are divided separately right and left by the interatrial and interventricular septum. So what can happen to various chambers is that they can enlarge, they can have some dysfunction because of various reasons, be it cardiomyopathies, myocarditis, or secondary to ischemic events, right? So if I open the right side of the heart, what you will see is that this is the internal structure of the right atrium and the right ventricle, which is a trabeculated ventricle, okay? You can see nicely, here is the valve between the right atrium and the right ventricle, that is the tricuspid valve. And a lot of things have happened in recent past that even the tricuspid valve abnormalities, be it tricuspid stenosis or regurgitation, can be taken percutaneously in our cardiac cath lab, and that's very, very important skill for the interventional cardiologist, right? Similarly, if I open the left side of the heart, you will in a moment see that, okay, here it is. So you have a left atrium in which the pulmonary veins are opening. You can nicely see the opening of the pulmonary veins. It's rather smooth walled structure, followed by the left ventricle, which is the ventricle of the heart, which pumps blood into the body, and there's a mitral valve in between. It's a very common condition in India and of course Asian countries also, secondary to rheumatic affection of the mitral valve. They come with mitral stenosis in our valvular heart disease clinics, and we keep doing intervention in form of balloon mitral valvotomies, right? Now coming to the great vessels, they have 2 valves, semilunar valves, that is the aortic valve in the left side and the pulmonary valve. Those also can get affected by various pathologies, and we can do percutaneous interventions. The latest among these being the TAVR, which is a competitor with the SAVR, and it has given excellent results in all varieties of risk-off cases. The other particular thing what I want to tell you, and which is the bread and butter of the cardiology, is the vessels which supply the heart muscle. Vessels means the left coronary artery, the right coronary artery. You have the LAD going into the anterior interventricular groove, and the left circumference which goes around into the posterolateral groove, and the right coronary artery which supplies most of the inferior, infraposterior, and the right ventricle of the heart. The major problem today is the ischemic heart disease, which causes acute coronary syndromes, and people come to the emergency department with acute ST elevation MI, and what they require is a primary angioplasty, which is the state-of-the-art treatment today. So this is where I explain to you the basic parts of the heart and the vascular supply of the heart, and we'll carry on with this session as the things evolve. Thank you very much.